Okay, I think the stream is now running live. I think we should be fine. I will switch on my camera in just a couple of minutes, just trying to figure out a couple of things first. But welcome everybody, welcome back to our channel, Trendline Forex here. Today we're gonna have a look at the setups that we currently have. But first I need to send messages in the free Telegram channel and on Twitter as well, to leave a link for more people to be able to join the live session that we're going to do right now. So just got to grab the link first, send a quick message, and then we'll start off with the major instruments. Of course, we're going to have a look at euro dollar, pound dollar, gold, and also euro yen and pound yen, even though there's not much going on right now. So we'll see how it goes in just a second. Okay. We did have some moves recently. Well, since the end of last week, this is when we saw, you know, some of those breakouts right here, on the majors. So this is exactly what we expected to see. And by the way, it's all shared in the free Telegram channel and also on our TradingView profile as well. We've got 13,000 followers on TradingView. So, if you join the free Telegram, you will find the link to join the um, to follow us on TradingView as well. This is where we share daily setups on euro dollar. So very helpful. All right, so let's see if my camera is going to switch on. I think I should be able to see me now, or maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so just a quick message on Facebook and Telegram, and we're ready to go. In the meantime, you guys can let me know if you currently have any positions. I did have a few members asking me whether it's a good idea to wait for a pullback within this massive candle right here and then to look for that continuation to the upside. For those of you who do follow us, you guys know that we're only looking for buying opportunities on the majors, including gold as well. So this is what I'm going to stick to. This is my plan, and I'm not looking to enter any short positions whatsoever. So is it a good idea to wait for a pullback potentially if we have one, and then to look for price to create a higher low right here? Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. That's actually my plan as well. But what else could happen as well is price breaking above this resistance right here, then coming back for a retest. If that happens, then that's also welcome. Uh, that's also a valid setup. It's not gonna be, it's not gonna happen today most likely, but maybe in the next couple of days, this would be something that I would be looking for if, in case, price does not give us that pullback that we want to see right here. All right, nearly done. Okay, ready to go. So let's see what we got. So this is the 1 hour time frame on euro dollar. In fact, if we have a look at the higher time frames, you will see that we had this pullback, but this was a pretty good confirmation that we're most likely going to see price continuing to the upside. All right, and this is what essentially the analysis says, and this is what we also shared in the premium Telegram channel. Okay, we've been looking for long positions throughout this whole move. We managed to break above this major high here on the daily time frame, and obviously we are in a long-term uptrend. Okay, now I feel like this was very well confirmed by this last piece of price action right here. Okay, where we had a massive drop, but then price quickly managed to erase some of the losses made within this downside move. So if you look at the 4 hour time frame, we just took out this previous low on the 4 hour chart. Okay, there were a lot of stop loss orders sitting below that low, so we managed to take that out, and then we quickly saw that reaction right here with a massive bullish candle. So to me, that means we're going to be looking for buying opportunities again, all right? Because I was waiting for price to end this pullback. I know there are people trading within the trend, so whatever price is going up, let's say, for example, they're looking for buying opportunities. If there is a pullback, though, they will be looking to sell within this pullback. It's not a bad idea if you know how to do it properly, but if you don't know how to identify patterns within the trend, whereas a counter trend trader would only trade against the trend. So in this case, a counter trend trader would be trading in this downside move, while a trend trading trader is waiting for this move to end, and whenever he gets a confirmation for a potential continuation of the trend or an upside move, like we have one now, this is when a trend trading trader would look for trading opportunities, and this is what I'm doing right now. So what kind of opportunities do I have here? Well, since yesterday we haven't really seen price moving that much. Okay, we're pretty much trading within this channel right here, a consolidation, right? So I either want to see price taking out this consolidation, okay, maybe giving me a reversal right around here. That makes a lot of sense. So this is what one way to trade that would be. But if you are waiting for even extra confirmation, okay, if you are a more cautious trader, you can wait for price to break above this structure and then look for that continuation to the upside. Okay, so obviously you would have this confirmation, then you would have this confirmation, a higher low than this previous one, and then you have a breakout of previous structure as well. So you're then waiting for the next higher low, and this is where you would enter a trade. Okay, now I know a lot of people are struggling with patience, so that wouldn't be a choice, wouldn't be an option for them. But then in this case, what it can do is see if price gives you some rejection right around here. Okay, so let's say you get one of those candles with a long wick to the downside, and then a body candle closing up here within, this consolidation again. Now this I would consider a more aggressive entry, especially if you place your stops down here. But those are the trading opportunities that give you the best risk to reward ratio. Okay, so this is what I'm essentially looking for here on euro dollar. Of course, you can use the Fibonacci tool as well. Okay, like that, and then you can wait for price to come down into this area of the 38.2 and the 61.8. So this is where you would be looking for trading opportunities. So let's say around 1.1520 down to around 1.1470. Okay, so that's what, about 50 pips of price action. So this is where you would be looking for your trading signals. It's definitely looking good, because I do trade within the trend only. So for me, price action here is pretty decent on euro dollar. The only thing left now is patience. Wait for price to give you the exact entry signal that you're looking for. And if it doesn't, then you miss the trade. It's as simple as that. Then we have pound dollar, again with a test of the 4-hour lows right here, 1.3165. This is pretty much where we managed to reverse, but we got exactly the same signal as well. As soon as we tapped into that support, you can see a quick and sharp reaction. So most likely we're going to see a continuation to the upside. Are we going to break below this low? I can't say for sure. So whenever you are in a situation like this, and if this is your strategy, this is where you would normally enter a trade, sometimes there will be setups which are not perfect. So you will have to wait some extra confirmation. So let's say price breaking above structure again. And this is when you have this A, B, C, and D confirmation. Now you have this pattern, a full reversal pattern. So then you start looking for buying opportunities. Okay. Uh, it really depends. When it comes to my own strategy, it really depends on the setup, but I wouldn't know where to wait some extra time to give it a bit of extra time for price to confirm the reversal. And sometimes I won't wait for that long, you know. Really depends on the setup, but this is mainly because I'm trading two pairs at most. All right, it's either pound dollar or gold. Very rarely I would enter a trade on another pair. But anyways, so pound dollar right now in this case, you know, because recently pound has been struggling with momentum, with bullish momentum. So I was paying more attention to euro dollar instead. Okay, you know, there are some factors which will tell me when exactly to trade one pair, when to you know, not trade that pair and stuff like that. I think that comes with experience, but also it's good to have it as a firm rule in your trading plan. So anyways, it's pretty clear what we have to see in order to enter a trade here on euro dollar and pound dollar. Like I said, we want to see a higher low. What about gold? Here is the daily time frame. Right now, it looks like we have kind of a higher low if you are counting the wicks, but if you're not, then it's just a test of support. Now, the important thing is that we have a pretty decent reaction. This is a daily candle, so we've got a massive daily candle right here on gold. The next one was kind of bullish as well. I mean, technically it's a bullish candle, but really we have wicks on both sides of the candle, fairly equal wicks as well. So right here, since we managed to break above previous highs, okay, I would wait for price to give me a higher low here as well. Okay, so if I get that, this would be a situation where I wouldn't have to wait for price to actually break above this high and then give me another higher low. Okay, with gold, and specifically right now, I wouldn't wait for that extra confirmation. I can give it a try with an entry right around here. Now, how do we know where that pullback will potentially end? Well, like I said, you can use the Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, not only that, but if let's say price comes down to, let's say, the 38.2 level only, okay, then we can use the Fibonacci expansion, see where price action has reversed, use that higher low for our point C, A, B, and C, and then look for targets above current price level. So 3,412 in that case would be the first target. Okay, of course we don't have point C confirmed, so this is just theoretically, but right now these are not the levels. And then eventually 3,457 would be next. But again, in between those, we have this previous 4-hour high. So really, instead of this first target, I would be looking at the previous high. But anyways, this is up to you guys and fully dependent on your strategy and how you approach, you know, profit taking, stop loss placement, and entries in general. But yeah, right now the best opportunities are euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold. For those of you who have subscribed for our email newsletter completely for free, I did include another trade when we sent out the email yesterday. So it was a cross pair. So, you know, make sure to check out your emails if you haven't seen it. There is another trading opportunity which, you know, this week was the opportunity of the week. But if I have to be honest, still the majors, euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold, are currently presenting the best opportunities. Even that cross pair that I included in the email newsletter, the setup over there isn't as good as the ones that we have right here. The only thing is, do you struggle with patience? If you do, well then probably best to set up an alarm whenever price comes into the levels that you're interested into, and then maybe then, you know, have a look at the charts and react accordingly. But if you have levels that are below or current price levels, depending on the trend, and you really struggle with not entering a trade or really struggle with sitting on your hands, well, it's probably best to not look at the chart all the time. Okay. And then we have the yen cross pairs. So obviously I was expecting for price after this move to the upside, dollar yen was still trading higher, and I was expecting to see price continuing this bullish move right here. But instead of that, as you can see, we're now trading back at those lows. So here is the 1 hour time frame. For now, it looks like we kind of have a reversal right here, but I will have to see a lot more than that in order to start looking for buying opportunities. To be honest, I don't really like this impulse. You know, whenever you've got an impulse, so I was expecting for price to give us a reaction around 169.90, and we got it. So when we were trading up here, I was very confident that we're actually going to see an upside continuation. Instead of that, as you can see, we've got an impulse to the upside, but we've also got an impulse in the opposite direction, taking price all the way back to the previous lows. So this is never a good signal if you're expecting for price to continue climbing up, okay? And so that's why it puts me off, and I don't really want to look for any trades here on the yen cross pairs. I do like the 4 hour time frame here on pound yen, but I will have to see some more momentum, some more bullish momentum. Because if you've got a move like this, okay, right here, and then you have price action climbing up slowly, and then you have another one of those, well, it is very likely that this pattern will repeat again. So obviously I'm just saying we'll see how it goes. The only thing I can say for now is I'm not looking for any trades on the yen cross pairs. I'm only looking for trades on euro dollar, pound dollar, and potentially gold as well. Anybody watching, you guys let me know. Do you have any trades? Do you even trade those pairs? Sometimes I don't really get that much feedback during those live sessions, and I would love to have some more, see how I can make them better. I don't really want to give signals. This is not why I do it. And I may have issues with YouTube. I don't know. You know, it's very tricky if you wanna run some ads for, you know, forex trading and stuff like that. Especially Meta can easily ban you or kind of shadow ban you. I don't know if it's the same with YouTube, but I mean, I can see other traders doing trading live, so I guess it's not big of an issue. But this is not why I do those live sessions. You know, you can still ask any questions, but I wouldn't tell you where to enter a trade or where to exit a trade. So I can give you my point of view, my personal opinion, but not as a trading signal. So this is probably something that I wouldn't do. Um, and if I'm going to do it, it's probably going to be on a challenge. I'll try and pass a challenge account just to kind of show you. But it's very different whenever it comes to challenges. I don't really trade challenges with my main strategy. You know, on my main strategy, I don't even look at the 5 minute time frame. You know, not even the 15-minute time frame. But whenever I'm doing a challenge, it's mainly the 5 or the 15-minute time frame, not anything above that. So it's not going to be very relevant to the content that you usually watch during those live sessions. But it may be interesting, so why not? We'll see. But I do need some feedback, definitely. See how I can improve those live sessions. Maybe play some music on the background. Would that help? I don't know. The idea is that because I'm only doing those live sessions for an hour, the idea is to look at the 15-minute time frames and maybe let you know if there is a setup currently. But for me, it's very hard. I mean, I can easily find a setup. I can easily say, okay, it looks like we're taking out the lows and price is reversing. Let's enter a long trade now. But you know, if I'm trading my personal account, then I wouldn't do that because when you look at the 1 hour time frame, we're technically bearish. So I wouldn't look for buying opportunities right now. Price can easily start shooting up, that's fine, but it's not according to my plan. And if I enter a trade, if I make money, that's okay, but I know that was a wrong trade. And if I enter a trade, I don't stick to my rules and price takes me out, hits my stop loss, I'm going to be mad because I knew that I shouldn't enter that trade. In the beginning, when you don't have much experience, when you haven't lost a lot of money, everybody's doing mistakes like this, deviating from their trading plan. But when you gain some experience, when you start seeing some results, that will only happen if you have a strict set of rules and you follow those rules. And every time you deviate from those rules, this is the market is going to punish you. Short term you can make money, but long term it's never going to work out. So always have a strict plan and follow your rules. And so yeah, that's why back in the days I would be looking at the 4 hour or the 1 hour chart and I'd be like, okay, it looks like we're in an uptrend, so I'm going to be looking to buy. Then I go down to the 15-minute time frame and I see some engulfing candles and I'm like, all right, there, here I am, I've got an entry. So I would enter the trade and then price would take me out and I'd be like, what was the issue with this trade? I wouldn't even know what was the issue. Okay. Let's check out dollar yen. Looks like we're forming a higher low here, but that wouldn't be enough for me. I mean, to be honest, price would have to recover all the way back above this impulse right here. And this is going to be the actual confirmation for a continuation to the upside. Because while we're trading, you know, either within or below this candle right here, this massive candle, I can't say that we're gonna be able to break above that. I need to see that breakout and then I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I will continue looking for buying opportunities. I can't do it now. We've got a massive impulse. So even if price starts pushing up, to me, this is only going to be a retracement within this impulse. I've got a watch list and I've got a couple of different sections right here. This one I use for the premium Telegram channel. This is where this is the watch list that I use for the daily videos that we send in the premium Telegram channel. So I go through pretty much not all of them, but almost all of those instruments right here, including gold, Bitcoin, some cross pairs right here, the yen cross pairs, and also the majors. And I'm sending out daily video analysis with setups from Monday to Friday. Okay, early morning, at least at my local time, but basically before the London session opens, you will have an update on all of those instruments, and you'll know what to do, where to look for positions, which one of those will possibly present us opportunities for the day ahead. So if you want to stay prepared like this, you can join. Either text us via Telegram or just go over to trendlineforex.com, and this is where you can request access to the premium Telegram channel. And then I have this watch list down here. This is my live sessions watch list. I'm mainly looking at euro dollar, pound dollar, gold, euro yen, and pound yen. Sometimes you don't have good enough setups on euro dollar and pound dollar, so that's why I would go to euro yen and pound yen. But in this case, it's basically vice versa. We actually have some decent setups here on the majors and not so much on the yen cross pairs, mainly due to dollar yen. Let's check out Bitcoin as well. I did talk about this right here in the free, not the free, yeah, the free newsletter. Uh, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so, guys. Very helpful information, no spam. Every Monday you will receive a few trading ideas for the week ahead. Uh, so this week we sent out information about a cross pair, gold, euro dollar, um, and Bitcoin as well. Actually, we did cover Bitcoin. I think we do every single week. So Bitcoin and euro dollar and gold. Every single week, every single Monday, you're gonna receive an update on price action. If you want to join the email newsletter, just visit our website trendlineforex.com, and this is where you can do it. I cannot wait for the pounds to start breaking above previous highs and start going bullish, because I love to enter long trades on the pound. I don't know why, it just most of the time they work out. I don't know whether my strategy is more, I don't think so, but I feel like it's easier for me to enter long trades on the pound. But overall, it's easier for me to go short just because I know there is a bigger chance that my trades could reach TP potentially faster, because when you're looking at bearish markets, it tends to go down quicker than whenever it's going up. But for now, that's not the case. For now, we're still trading sideways, and we have to wait for that breakout outside of that range. The thing is, because I'm expecting a bullish move, we can break below that range and then quickly reverse. So if I get a break, I'm not trading breakouts. So if I get a breakout, it doesn't mean I'm gonna enter a short trade. It only means that I now have to wait the next step of the retracement, which is the reversal. And this is where I will be looking to enter a long trade. Uh, it's very easy to get lost in between the time frames. But if you do, and let's say you're looking at the 15-minute time frame and you see something like this, break, retest, another breakout. So a lot of traders would say that we've got the ABCD pattern, a bearish one. So that means they would start looking for selling opportunities. But this is when you look at the 15-minute chart. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, if you look at the daily chart, you'll see a massive uptrend. So not only that, but you will also see that we're trading at major support right here. So probably not the best idea to sell. Now I may be wrong, you never know, but I feel like there is a higher probability that we're going to continue higher. Okay, and this is backed up by fundamentals, higher time frames, key levels, trend analysis. So I am very confident in my ideas, in my analysis. but we've got a better impulse, a stronger impulse here on euro dollar. So, if we're talking about entries, it will probably be euro dollar in this case. Okay, here we have the I believe last Wednesday candle where we had Fed interest rate decision. Okay, so we can actually look for a retest of this candle. What does that mean? It means that short term we want to see a few more pips to the downside, and then we want to see that reversal. Even if you're not trading euro dollar, just map out this kind of setup and see how it will develop. You see, we kind of have the same thing here on gold. So here is the candle from the Fed interest rate. Is it? Yep, Wednesday, 9 p.m. So what happened here was exactly the same thing. We have a breakout, price comes back within the same candle, but this time finds momentum and it starts breaking above previous structure. So I'm expecting to see the same thing here on euro dollar. Last 15 minutes have been pretty strong and bullish for gold. Now, if that looks like a good enough reversal for you guys to enter the trades, you can wait for price to come back right here, let's say the 50% or even the 38.2% right here on this move. And if you get a good entry signal, you can give it a try. Just because I'm not entering any positions, it doesn't mean that there isn't a position. Each one of us has got fairly different trading plans. So, and right now I totally understand that I may be missing a move right here. But for me, it's very easy to sit on my hands and just wait for a better setup if I don't like a certain setup. And this one is not according to my plan, but it is looking kind of good. If we get a retest and a continuation higher, then that probably means we're going to see an upside continuation. And this is the 15-minute time frame. But ideally, I want to see this candle closing first. So if we kind of close with a bullish momentum and we don't really have a rejection weight to the upside, then this is potentially a setup that could be taken and traded. And I wouldn't say the same thing about the yen cross pairs. Gold is pretty strong. I do like when we have strong price action. You know, you can clearly see there's some movement in the market. It's only been 30 minutes since the beginning of the session, about 35, 36 minutes, but anybody managed to get in on gold right here down at the lows around 3,350? Well, that would have been a spot on entry. Even if it's a little bit higher, we're still gonna count it. 3,356, something like this. I don't know. I was looking at the weekly candle from last week. That is a pretty decent candle. You know, after such a candle, I wouldn't really expect much of a pullback. And as you can see, if this is only going to be the pullback that we're going to have for this week, you know, I will definitely get it. And so that means we're going to see some momentum to the upside. Now, that also means whenever you drop to a lower time frame, you shouldn't expect much of a pullback. And this one right here isn't much of a pullback. So I won't be surprised at all if price just starts pushing up in the next couple of days. All right, so we see some rejection already here on euro yen and pound yen, right here at the previous highs. Uh, so yeah, price action is not the way I like it here on the yen cross pairs. Still got about 20 minutes left until the hour candle here, or until the 1 hour candle closes on all of those instruments. So I'm very curious to see whether gold is going to be able to close the way it is or even higher possibly. But if it comes back all the way down here to around the previous lows, then it's not going to be a good signal for buying opportunities from gold. But let's see how it goes. I mean, if you look at so let's just quickly measure this move right here. I can clearly see we've made the 100%, nearly the third target here. So, quite a fast reversal just above the third fib expansion target. So, and then we have a retracement to what? The 61.8? Oops. 61.8 currently rejecting, 3,365. All right. So this is why we see a reaction. Just because we have this reaction, it doesn't mean that we're about to reverse. We can easily print a couple of candles and then again break above that level. So that's why sometimes waiting for that 1 hour candle to close is a pretty decent confirmation, and it's much better, because sometimes it's going to cost you money to not wait the hourly candle close. Of course, if you're trading a live account, otherwise it won't cost you anything. So gold is the only instrument currently showing some momentum in the beginning of the session. This is going to be a good 1 hour candle. If I was looking for aggressive entries, I would be looking to enter a long trade. If, let's say, we close this 5-minute or 15-minute candle, then we come down a little bit, and then we get another momentum candle, I would probably execute a trade right here with a stop loss either down here or down here, depending on how aggressive I want to go. But my personal opinion is that you should have an account for, if you really want to do that, aggressive entries, you should have an account for that, and then you should have a separate account for, let's say, your main account, where you wait for that extra confirmation, where you only trade the higher time frames, and this way you can track the results much better and in much more detail. So you're going to gather data from both accounts, and you will see what works and what doesn't, and then you can use that data to improve those trading plans, because you would have different trading plans for lower time frames compared to higher time frames. And all of that data is going to show you where you're lacking, maybe your patience, maybe your risk, whatever it is. You'll see how many trades you've taken, how many of them have lost, how many of them break even, how many of them have been profitable, of what hours you were most profitable, stuff like that. Very important data for a trader, for every trader out there who wants to actually do something with trading, not just trade as a hobby and make money, lose money, and at the end of the year you're basically break even. Because if that's why you do it, then you're essentially doing it for the thrill of it and not really for the results, which doesn't say anything good about you as a trader necessarily, right? So if you actually want to achieve some results trading, even if it's only part-time income, I'm not even talking about full-time trading, even if you only want to be able to extract consistent profits from the market, however much these profits are, you need to have data like this about yourself, about your trading plan, because this is when you will actually see progress. So do the same thing for, let's say, 3 months, then analyze your results every single month, then at the end of the quarter analyze your results again, and see, if you are trading multiple instruments, then there's definitely going to be some instruments that you shouldn't be trading, because those instruments are actually not profitable for you. Okay, you may think that gold is profitable for everybody, so you want to trade gold, but then you trade it for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then you see that you only have losses, or overall you are in the negative just because of gold. Well, then forget about gold and trade an instrument that you're profitable with. And this is immediately going to change your results. Also, time frames. Also, when you enter a trade, at what hour of the day, which session, okay, how many trades per day, how much can you risk, stuff like that. You can build a really good full trading plan just based on data like this. And you need some time to gather this type of data, but that time is going to pass anyway. If you're going to give up trading, then you don't have to do it. But if you really want to do something and actually start gaining consistent results, then you must do it. It's not even a question. I still get many questions about the volatility expert advisor. We've got over 150 people, about 170 people actually using the expert advisor. So if you go to trendlineforex.com and then you click on volatility trading, you can read more about this too and how it can help you. And not only that, but we also have a completely free course on how to use the volatility expert advisor. Okay, so you can get the volatility expert advisor only, which is just the trading bot, or if you want to gather more knowledge about the market and build your own strategy with our help, you can get the volatility trading system, which includes the mentorship program. Okay, so you can check out pricing right here, and you can also let us know if you are interested, so we can provide more information if it's needed. And to access the free course with the volatility trading expert advisor, you can go to services, and just below courses, you click on advanced, I believe it was. So let me see if that was the case. Yep. And then you click on volatility trading system, and you will have access to all of those videos right here. And you can watch the full course, understand more about how this expert advisor works and how it can actually help you. Because for me, it's getting even more difficult to be able to find profitable trades when I'm trading manually, because you've got to pick a level. Even if you try to kind of spread out your risk across multiple positions, you still need to have to be very specific with your analysis, so you know where to enter those trades. Okay. Whereas with the algorithm, you can actually pick a full zone, a big zone of, let's say, even 100, 200 pips if you want to, even bigger zones if you want to, and you can enter multiple positions, hundreds of trades within this area. So even if the market is trading sideways, you're still going to be profiting, because each one of those trades will have a separate take profit. So you can really take advantage of really small moves like we have right now, because you can literally enter on every 1 pip, and then each one of those entries will have a 2 pips of take profit. So the next time price comes back to the upside, it will start collecting profit on each one of those trades. Okay, and it will keep doing that while the market is trading sideways. Okay, so let's say you entered a long trade right here or right here. As you can see, we're currently at the same levels, but you would be in profit. Now, if you trade manually and you enter a long trade here, you will have to see the market going up in order for you to make some amount of money. But if price is still trading around your entry level, then that means you're going to be on break even, best case scenario, right? But with the expert advisor, you will be profiting from that sideways price action, and this is going to improve your results a lot. like I said, check out trendlineforex.com. Click on that volatility trading button up here on our website. It's going to take you to this page and then read more about that. And also you can check out this YouTube's most recent videos. They're about the volatility expert advisor and what kind of results we get on some of our accounts. Thanks, Mikhail. How is it going? Are you currently trading? Do you currently have any trades? Okay, I see. Are you trading a funded accounts or a challenge? A lot of prop firms are now offering, not just Forex trading, but also other instruments as well. Okay. Yeah, not much of a movement today. It's mainly just gold, but we can still see that momentum going, so that's good. This is pretty decent. So it's just gold really moving. The rest of the pairs are just, and quite slow. Right, guys, I think I'm gonna end the session right now. Of course, you always have the right to send me a private message on Telegram. If you want to find my contact, you can join the free Telegram channel from the links in the description below this stream. And if you're not watching this live, then check out the links below this video. There is a link that will take you to our free Telegram channel. You can join the free Telegram channel, and this is where you're gonna find a button below pretty much each post, a private message button. So you can click on there and you can send me a message. If you have any questions regarding the setups that we cover during those live sessions, that will be the place to find me. Or you can leave comments in the chat box right here. So we're gonna have another live session on Thursday. Okay, so again, this is where you will receive a notification for that live session, not just the one on Thursday, but obviously each one of those live sessions. And whenever we run promotions on our premium Telegram channel, or we do giveaways and stuff like that, it will always be announced in the free Telegram channel. So make sure to join, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's going to be more videos, more live sessions coming up. So a lot of helpful information, and I always end the session the same way. So I'm going to remind you to check out our website as well, trendlineforex.com. You can click right here at the button that says useful. As you can see, we've got a Forex dictionary and we've got blog articles. Everything is completely for free. We also have some free trading courses as well. Okay, so say for example, if you want to get funded, we've got completely free course on how to pass a prop firm challenge, so you can check that out. You can request access, and it's completely for free. You ain't gotta pay nothing to watch this course. uh, but yeah, I think that's it pretty much. I do like what kind of momentum we have here on gold. Obviously I wanted to see a little bit of a deeper pullback, so I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna rush with my entries here. But when it comes to euro dollar and pound dollar, obviously not much of a movement. By the way, do not forget that we actually have important news for the British pound on Thursday. Okay, so until then, we may see price action being very slow, and then we can see, a move in a certain direction, possibly a move to the upside here. But other than that, I think that's all. So like I said, if you want to get updated on euro dollar every single day from Monday to Friday, the free Telegram channel is the right place for you. And also our trading view channel as well. Like I said, we've got 13,000 followers. So this is where we share our daily setups on euro dollar with all the information that you need. So that's gonna be all. I'm gonna end the session right here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Mihail. See you next time, buddy. Bye bye.